Hello guys, and welcome to the most generic FIFA video possibly ever made, but it is highly requested. I know it comes in handy for a lot of people as well. This will be my controllers and camera settings video. So obviously before I start, I just want to say that these are my personal settings, and for the most part I think that it's important that you find something you're comfortable with. Like what I like and what I use might not be useful for other people, but I know these are good settings for me personally, so I'm just wanting to share them. Let me get into it. FIFA trainer, we don't care about that. No, you can't even see that online, but I hide it anyway. Okay, so then we go to timed finishing. I have this on. Now, I think if you don't use time finishing, where you green, orange, or red a shot. If you don't use that feature, I turn it off. So so sometimes you can spam a shot, like if you're on like this, you're close to goal, if you've got tap in sort of thing. I turn it off if you don't use the feature, but I use the feature, so obviously you can still time shots, you can still time penalties and free kicks without the feature on, so it's not vital to having it on. Next player switch indicator. This basically shows where you're about to switch player to. This is very important. Everyone should have this on. Pass block assistance is the same thing. You want stuff to get blocked. You want the game to help you block stuff. I know it's cheesy. It's not ideal, but yeah, on is the setting there for sure. Okay, auto switching. So this basically means when will the game switch for you? Now, some people have manual where you completely do everything yourself. I understand that, but I think air balls and loose balls is the best one. So basically, air balls and loose balls means the game will switch for you when the ball is in a situation where it's like it's either loose, which means like say the ball's 5 yards away from the nearest player, it will automatically switch to the nearest player, which is what you want. Also, with air balls, when the ball's going very high and say looping somewhere, it will switch to the nearest player who's about to like head it or take it down or whatever, So yeah, air balls and loose balls is ideal. Auto switch and move assistance. Now, I'd recommend having low or none. I have none. For this, auto switching, it means basically when the game will switch for you if you're not doing it. But if you want to become better at FIFA, I think you should be completely in control of it. So I've clicked none. Jockey assisted, very important. Everyone should have this on. It makes it a lot easier to defend. Auto flare pass, I would turn this off. So sometimes when you do a pass and you're like, oh my god, why did he back heel that, or why did he do a weird pass? That's this setting right here. It's defaults to on, but you don't really want it on. You want it off, so you want to choose where you can flare it. You can choose when you press L2 or LT and flare the ball. I think that's the button anyway. Auto clearances again. I don't really see this being used much, but I have it on just in case, But I don't really feel its presence in game at all. I think it is worth to have it on either way. Auto shots, this is the same. I don't think I've had a situation this year where the game shot for me, but I think what it means is like say the ball's on the line and you haven't pressed anything and like the game might shoot for you. I don't know, but I think it's best to have it on. Player lock. This is a new feature on the game. It's a difficult feature to use, but if you could master it or even remotely decent with it, it is very good. Obviously, you double click the left and right analog stick in, and you can like make a run off the ball and like call for the pass. So I think it's a very good feature. You have it on, obviously. I think that's for the best. Contextual agile dribbling. Now, this is a hot topic in the FIFA community and the pro community anyway. And there's a lot of people that argue a lot about this setting. So I have it off. But what I'm going to recommend to everyone watching this video is to turn it on. So what it does, basically, it will tell you here, is it's for one-on-one situations. Basically, the game will activate R1 dribbling, but I say R1 dribbling is better than R1 dribbling. It will activate special dribbling in 1v1 circumstances. So you'll get around the defender or around the keeper, or it will give you like a nice movement to get away for the shot or the pass. I don't use it because I've been used to having it off the entire game, but I know for a fact a lot of the top pros use it. I know Anders Verge uses it. I know a lot of the very successful pros on this game do use it on. So I would recommend it on. Assisted headers, I have this setting off, and it is manually disabled in online games anyway. So you may as well just keep it off and get used to it. Right stick switching, player relative or ball relative. I have player relative because you're in complete control of where exactly where the ball is gonna go. You know exactly who to switch. You know where you are on the pitch. If you go ball, it can get a bit tricky fast. So I definitely recommend getting player. For passing, every setting for this next section is assisted, and I'm not really a fan of that. I used to have semis on pretty much all of these, but on this game, through balls in particular, you want to be assisted. It helps so much with the through balls. You can do like, there's this phrase in the pro community called the umut ball, which is basically a long wire through ball, and that's what this setting is. If you don't have it on assisted, you won't be able to really get that in a consistent manner. You know, it'll be mainly like sometimes, you know, the through ball will produce like a small one to the side, which you don't want, if that makes sense. So yeah, also with the crossing, assisted isn't amazing, but there's a special cross in this game with the L1 square or LBX, and that is it LBX? Yeah, might be RBX, might be an RBX, R1X or RBX. I can't remember the one, but either way, it's a very good cross, very fast, and it always goes to the man if you have it on assisted crossing. As we go forward, analog sprint off. This is personal preference, but basically you have it on, you can dictate like the speed at which you sprint. But I don't like that. I don't see why you'd ever need to sprint at a non maximum pace, you know. So I have it off, so I'm either sprinting or I'm walking. There's no in between. And finally, tactical defending. Obviously, Legacy's that's disabled online anyway, so tactical is the only choice here. And finally, pass receiver lock. This is the most important setting in my eyes. Late basically means that, say you do a pass and then someone jumps into the passing lane, like a defender, you can switch right at the last second and pass backwards or somewhere else, or you can choose another target, you know. If you have this on early, it means it's locked, and it means the ball is getting intercepted no matter what. And if you want to improve at FIFA, the setting has to be late, like no matter what. And I think that's the most important setting in this bunch. Let me just run through them real quickly so you can have another look. But yeah, these are my settings, and I think for the most part, there are a few up for debate, changeable ones, but they're the best settings. Obviously, these are your own settings. Classic, I play on classic, but you can modify whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. There's no like set setting for like classic, or some people have alternate, which is PES controls, but you can play on whatever you want. And the one final thing I'll talk about is my controllers, my camera settings. And for me, this is very simple. I have every single setting on Telebroadcast. Telebroadcast is for more attacking and more, I'd say, fast build-up players. Those guys who play a bit slower, I'd recommend moving to this setting, co-op. Hard to get used to at first. You're like zoomed out. That's like a bird's eye view kind of thing. But that's for possession players and good defenders, stuff like that. So people who like to slow build up and like look at everything on the pitch and make passes. I think there's only two options really. You mess around with Telebroadcast and you can change the zoom and the height. I like default 1010. 1010 for me is the optimal settings, but you can also change Telebroadcast a little bit and go like, what I would recommend is going further up. So say like 1515. For example, so you get like an in-between of co-op and Telebroadcast, if that makes sense. But for me, they're very much default settings. 1010, it seems pretty perfect for what I like. I've seen a few people play on telly, but not many people play on anything else. End-to-end obviously is never used. Dynamic, maybe, but no one I know. But so the two choices you're really gonna have here are between co-op and Telebroadcast. I think you just got to make this decision based on what sort of player you are. And if you are a slower player, if you are a possession-y player or like to slow build up, you're definitely going to see a lot of improvement to your game by switching to co-op. And the same situation if you're a faster player. You know, if you come to Telebroadcast from something different, you'll definitely see improvements to your attacking ability. You know, you'll be able to move faster, and I don't know, you'll just be smoother in transition and smoother up front because you can see everything a bit more clearly. You know, like in terms of, you can see your skills, you can see your little 1-2 passes, stuff like that. And yeah, I think there's nothing else for me to show you. I think that's perfect. Apologies, boys, I've never really done one of these videos, but I think for the most part, that's everything I wanted. Yeah, if this video has helped you at all in any way or anything like that, please be sure to leave a like. I tried to run through it in as quick as possible, you know, to make sure you got an understanding, but at the same time, I didn't want to drag on with anything. But if you've got any questions about any of this, leave a comment. I'll definitely respond to it, or come to my stream on Twitch, which I do regularly, and I'll be very happy to answer any questions about it. But yeah, for me, I think these are the optimal settings for playing FIFA 21, and I hope anyone using these settings improves their gameplay based on that. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you for if you made it this far, I appreciate it. I know this video is a bit later into the year, but obviously my YouTube career has only just started, so yeah, I appreciate it. Anyone supporting the video and leaving a like, subscription, stuff like that. Thanks for watching, boys.